granniopteryx, granniopteryx. She knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello. This prepossessing fellow here is called Morgan McSweeney and has sometimes been referred to as Keir Starmer's brain. We all know that Keir Starmer had to have a brain stashed away somewhere, and apparently it was stashed away inside that ginger top of this gentleman. Now, what happened was that Morgan McSweeney was one of the people very strongly advocating for Peter Mandelson to be the ambassador to the United States. Apparently he had a real feeling that Mandelson was going to be His Majesty's best representative in Washington. So when all that stuff came out about Peter Mandelson's private life and the sort of friends he had, Morgan McSweeney was the go-to for apportioning blame. Now, the question is, how much did he know about Peter Mandelson before he got so all fired up and enthusiastic? You know what? We'll never know how much he knew before, because his phone was stolen. Now, a cynical old woman might say that if you have your phone stolen, it's not something that just happens, and you're not really thinking about it. It's not something you lose. I mean, if I lost my phone, my whole life would be turned upside down. And indeed, when I was going round London, when I was visiting my kids, I used an old Samsung Galaxy with a dodgy battery and just a couple of phone numbers on it, because I didn't want to take my usual mobile phone out on the London streets with me, having heard that there's a lot of people snatching mobile phones, like what happened to Morgan McSweeney. He says, I'll let you make up your own mind about this. He had it attached to his ear and it was stolen by a passing thief on a bike, which is perfectly possible and absolutely believable. It's such a shame that all these secrets and important texts about Mandelson were lost at the same time. It says here, Downing Street made no attempt to recover Mr McSweeney's stolen phone. In a call log published by Scotland Yard on Wednesday, Mr McSweeney told an officer his phone had been snatched by a bike rider as he walked home from a restaurant in Pimlico, central London. But during the call made on October the 20th last year, hang on a minute, I'm going to check something. Yeah, I was checking the dates, and it turns out Peter Mandelson was sacked on September the 11th, 2025. And Mr McSweeney reported the phone having been stolen on October the 20th, coincidentally just a few weeks later. In a call log published by Scotland Yard on Wednesday, Mr McSweeney told an officer his phone had been snatched by a bike rider as he walked home from a restaurant in Pimlico, central London. But during the call, you see, careless, but during the call made on October the 20th last year, he failed to tell officers he was Sir Keir Starmer's Chief of Staff and that he worked at number 10, meaning the force did not realise that the government-issued device could contain sensitive material and contact. I mean, this is a government Chief of Staff for the Prime Minister, and his phone would have had personal phone numbers on it, texts that may not be for the eyes of the general public, or anything along those lines, and he didn't immediately call the entire police establishment to find that phone. Indeed, he was careless enough to be walking around with the phone, obviously just in his hand. out there. And, well, you know, you don't want to cause the police too much trouble, do you? And it's quite obvious that Keir Starmer didn't want to either, because Scotland Yard said it had not been informed that the mugging involved the Chief of Staff, or that the device contained sensitive information, and apparently the link was not logged on internal Met systems, suggesting number 10, i.e. Keir Starmer didn't flag up the case either. Well, you know, we don't want to give the Met too much trouble, do we, now? So, yeah, that's about it with regard to the phone. So when McSweeney and Keir Starmer are brought before any sort of a committee to ask about what they knew about Peter Mandelson, well, memories can be a bit foggy. After all, they have so much else to worry about. And there's absolutely no documentary evidence in the form of an electronic communication that anyone can find to contradict or indeed to support their foggy memories. It's nice to know we've got such capable people running the country, isn't it? Gives you a warm feeling. OK, till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.